Feel the stretch along each calf and each hamstring. And bring your attention to your hands. Press your palms really hard down to the ground. And at the same time, lift your tailbone more up toward the ceiling to find as much length throughout your spine as you can. Now spiral your triceps to the wall behind you and melt your heels as close down to the ground as you can. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet behind your wrists at hip width distance. Drape your torso over your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Option to grab for opposite elbows. Option to take a chest expansion, interlacing your hands to the small of your back and pulling your arms forward over your head. Drop your arms back down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together to touch, and then on a slow inhale, roll all the way up to stand. And once you get up to stand, lift your right arm up toward the ceiling. Drop your right hand behind your head, then take your left hand and grab your right elbow. Getting a nice stretch through your right tricep. Take your right thumb and press your trap muscle between your shoulder and your neck down. So relax the tension in your trap muscle. Release it on this side. Take your left arm, reach up toward the ceiling, then drop your left hand behind your head. Take your right hand, grab for your left shoulder, and then with your left thumb, press down the muscle between your neck and your shoulder on the left side. Release the stretch from this side. Drop your hands together at your heart. You can flutter your eyes closed or soften your gaze. We'll take a breath together. Take a nice deep, full breath in. Slow breath back out your nose. Flutter your eyes open. Drop your arms down to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms overhead. Firmly ground down through all corners of your feet and pull your kneecaps up to engage your quads. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Dive down through heart center. Hinge from your hips. Option to bring a bend to your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins or thighs. Snap your belly button up into your spine to engage your core and flatten your back. Take a breath in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Press the ground away really hard so your shoulder blades move up toward the ceiling. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, low plank, lower down halfway. Elbows are pinned in toward your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip the tops of your feet, straighten your arms and pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze your core in tight. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can always take them on your knees or skip them. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your spine. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath back out your nose, press your palms down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips low, reach your arms up. Now really strong arms here. Focus on your arms today. So frame your face with your biceps. So pull your arms back slightly, but relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, sit 1 inch lower. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Sweep your arms back behind you, and this time face your palms down toward the ground. So your thumbs point out, pinkies are in. Feel this expanding through your chest as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, chair pose, reach your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips back. Inhale, lift your right leg up, flex your right toes down to the ground and square your hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms. Spiral your back foot down. Inhale, warrior 1. Hinge your torso up and reach your arms overhead. So now in this warrior 1, bend down into your right knee and press the outer edge of your left foot down as hard as you can. Keep nice strong fingers up overhead and frame your ears with your arms. Now inhale, straighten your right knee. Exhale, reaching pyramid. I just made this pose up. I don't know if this is what it's called. So reach your arms forward toward the wall in front of you and flatten out your back. So your right leg is straight, your left leg is straight, and your right toes point directly forward. Squeeze your core to protect your low back here. This is a nice core and arm exercise right here. Stay for a breath in. Stay for a breath out. Now inhale, warrior 1, rise back up, bend into your right knee. Exhale, warrior 2, spiral your hips all the way open to the left side. You can readjust your stance and gaze over your top hands. Press all of your weight to the outer edges of both feet. Again, really strong fingers here. If your arms are falling down, lift them back up in line with your shoulders. Lift your back arm in line with your front arm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right arm up and back. Reach up first and then press your palm back. Take a breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Curl your arms down. Step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, put your left leg high. Flex your left toes down. Squeeze your left glute to lift your heel. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms. Spiral your back foot down. Inhale, warrior 1. Reach your arms overhead and breathe here. Again, frame your ears with your arms. Press your pelvis forward. Feel this stretch through your right hip flexor. And press really hard down through your right foot. Stay for a breath in. Sink deeper on your breath out. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, hinge your torso forward. Point your arms directly forward. Very flat spine here. Squeeze your core in nice and tight. So again, your left leg is straight. Left toes point directly forward. Take a breath in. Stay for your breath out. Arms nice and strong. Now inhale, warrior 1. Bend back into your left knee and hinge your torso up. Exhale, warrior 2. Spiral your hips open to the right side. Gaze over your top hand. So press down through the outer edge of your back foot. Keep your back leg engaged. Now pull your right shoulder back over your right hip point. Again, really strong fingers, palms pointing down toward the ground. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your left arm up and then back. Maintain the bend in your left knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your left foot back and lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms up. Exhale, chair with airplane arms, palms facing the ground here. Inhale, chair pose, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, dive down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, high to low plank, plant your palms, step your feet back, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your right leg between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spiral your back foot down, reach your arms up. Exhale, reaching pyramid, straighten your right leg, hinge your torso forward, squeeze your core in nice and tight. Inhale, warrior one, bend into your right knee, arms up. Exhale, warrior two, spiral your hips open. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your right arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, curl your arms down, step your right leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spiral your back foot down, reach your arms up. Exhale, reaching pyramid, straighten your left leg, reach your arms directly forward. Inhale, warrior one, bend into your left knee, arms up. Exhale, warrior two, gaze over your top hand. Inhale, reverse warrior, extend your left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms up. Exhale, chair with airplane arms, sweep your arms back, pinch your shoulder blades together. Inhale, chair pose, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, keep your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right leg between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spiral your left heel down. Exhale, reaching pyramid, straighten your right leg, arms are straight in front of you. Inhale, warrior one, bend into your right knee, hinge your torso back up. Exhale, warrior two, spiral your hips open, really strong fingers here. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your right arm up, then back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your right leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spiral your right foot down, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, reaching pyramid, straighten your left leg, squeeze your core in tight, reach your arms forward. Inhale, warrior one, bend into your left knee, arms up. Exhale, warrior two, spiral your back foot so it's parallel with the short end of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, windmill your arms down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, we'll move through this sun B one more time, but adding on a little bit this time, so listen for little changes and add-ins. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, arms frame your ears. Exhale, chair with airplane arms, sweep your arms back, face your palms down toward the ground. Option to stay here, option to lift your heels up and come up onto the ball mounds of your feet. If you're lifting your heels up, squeeze the inner sides of your feet together. Continue to pinch your shoulder blades together behind you. Take a breath in. Sink a little deeper on your breath out. Now drop your heels down. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spiral your back foot down, reach your arms up. Now breathe here for a moment. If you want, you can go back into the reaching pyramid that we had done in our flow. If you'd like to take this a little further, take a breath in. And on your breath out, shift your weight forward. Keep your arms framing your ears and lift your left foot up off of the ground for warrior three. So flex your left toes down to the ground. Keep your arms really strong, framing your ears, and hinge your torso a little bit more down. Now slowly with control, drop your back foot down to the ground and inhale, come back to warrior one, arms up. Exhale, warrior two, spiral your hips open. Inhale, reverse warrior, extend your right arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, curl your arms down, step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spiral your back foot down, reach your arms up. Now breathe here again for a moment. You can move back into reaching pyramid that we had done. If you want to take it farther and work on the balance, take a breath in. On your exhale, press all of your weight into your left foot. Straighten your left leg and reach your right foot up off of the ground. Continue to frame your ears with your biceps, really working on your shoulders and your upper arms. Flex your right toes down toward the ground. Stay for a breath in. Stay for a breath out. Now slowly drop your back foot down to the ground. Come back to warrior one, arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two, spiral open. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, curl your arms down, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Drop down to your knees, press your big toes together. Widen your knees out, sink your hips to your heels, and rest your forehead on the ground for child's pose. Now take a few breaths to rest here. Re-regulating your breath, deep breaths in through your nose. Nice slow breaths back out your nose. Take another nice deep breath all the way in. One more slow breath out your nose. On your next inhale, press up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Now inhale, hinge forward to a high plank. Now from here, lower down to your forearms for a forearm plank. So you can, if you're on the forearm plank, you can either squeeze your hands together like in a fist in front of you, or you can place your palms on the ground. If your palms are on the ground, just make sure your arms are like an 11 shape, or you can keep your hands together like so. So now from here, squeeze your core in nice and tight. Moving into dolphin pose. For dolphin pose, all you're gonna do is send your hips up and back, and then gaze back behind. With really deep opening in your shoulders, and a lot of shoulder work here. Squeeze your core in, lift your tailbone up nice and high. Now begin to hinge forward back into a forearm plank. We'll take a few rounds of these, just going from forearm plank to dolphin. So take a breath in. Exhale, dolphin pose. Lift your hips up and back. Feel this extending through your shoulders. And return to a forearm plank. Exhale, dolphin pose. Lift your hips up and back. And back to a forearm plank. We'll do one more together. Lift your hips up and back. Squeeze your core. Lift your tailbone. Feel your shoulders working. And back to a forearm plank. Now lower down to your knees. Take a little rest here. We'll move over onto our butts, do a little bit of core work. We'll do 3 rounds of boat pose. And you can choose whichever variation you'd like. So for boat pose, you can do toes on the ground, hands behind your thighs. You can lift your shins up or extend your legs all the way. You can also reach your arms out parallel to the ground. So we'll do 3 rounds of just 5 counts each. And you can choose whichever variation of boat you want for each one. So we'll get ready, set up however you want. And ready, lift up. If you're lifting up, we're here for 5. For 4, keep your heart lifted toward the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, cross your ankles, press your palms on the ground. Now roll back onto your sit bones, legs up. Here for 5, for 4, just 3, 2, and 1. Cross your ankles, take a breath. Last round, hinge your torso back, keep your chest lifted, maybe gaze gently up toward the ceiling here for 5, for 4, 3, it's okay if you're shaking, 2, last 1, cross your ankles, come through a tabletop position. You're in tabletop, inhale cow pose, drop your belly down to the ground. Exhale, cat, press the ground away, lift your spine. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in through your nose. On your exhale, press your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms. Spiral your back foot down. Inhale, warrior 1, arms up overhead. Now from here, drop your hands down behind your back. So you have some options with your hands. You can interlace, I'll move this way so you can see. You can interlace your hands behind your back, creating a chest expansion. If you don't like that, you could also grab for opposite elbows. You could also press your fists together behind you. So you can choose whatever you want here. If the chest expansion is a little too much, maybe fists together might feel a little better. So inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, humble warrior, hinge your torso down. Snuggle your right shoulder on your inner right thigh. Let your head just drop down here. Now you can stay here in humble warrior. If you want a little bit more, begin to shift your weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot up off of the ground for a little bit of a balancing posture. Keeping this chest expansion, pressing down even weight throughout your entire right foot. If you're in the balancing position, slowly drop your left foot back down to the ground and reach your torso back up. Inhale, warrior 1, arms up. Exhale, low lunge, plant your palms down on the ground. And come down to a runner's lunge. Plant your palms on the inside of your right foot. Drop your left knee down. And toe heel your right foot out to the edge of your mat. Take a moment to sink into this stretch. You can stay up on your palms. If you want some hip opening, you can gently roll over onto the knife edge of your right foot. You can also drop down to your forearms if that's accessible in your body. If you're down on your forearms, press back up into your palms. Engage your left knee up off of the ground. And exhale, high plank, step your right foot back to meet your left. Stay here for a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your palms. Spiral your back foot down. Inhale, warrior 1, bend into your left knee, arms up overhead. Now again, drop your palms behind your back. You can choose whatever option you want on this side. You can interlace your hands, do the chest expansion, or press your fists together, whatever you want, or grab for opposite elbows. So ready, inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Dip your chest down And snuggle your left shoulder on your inner left thigh. Press your back foot down really hard. And let your head just kind of hang down. And you can stay here. If you want to work into the balancing posture, toppling tree, then shift all of your weight into your left foot and gently lift your right leg up off of the ground behind you. Squeeze your core in nice and tight. Continue gazing down toward your toes. If you're in the balancing position, slowly drop your right foot back down to the ground. And inhale, warrior one. Reach your arms back up overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms around your left foot. And then come to a runner's lunge. Walk your left foot out to the edge of your mat. Drop your right knee down. Palms on the inside of your left foot. So try to match the sensation you felt on the other side. Maybe you took a little hip opening. This side might feel a little different. It's okay if it looks different. Just trying to match the same sensation as the other side. You're down on your forearms, press back up onto your palms. Re-engage your right leg, so tuck your right toes under and lift your knee up off of the ground. Exhale, high plank, step your left leg back to meet your right. Stay here for a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Inhale, hinge forward to a high plank. And lower slowly all the way down to your belly. When you're down on your belly, keep your palms on the ground, untuck your toes. So press the tops of your feet into the ground so hard that your knees even might lift off the ground a little bit. Inhale, baby cobra. Gently lift your chest up off of the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Feel this expanding through your chest, little to no weight in your hands. Inhale, lift just a little bit higher. Exhale, slowly lower down, lower your left cheek down to the ground and extend your arms down by your sides. Take a little mini shavasana here. Take a deep breath in, feel your heart beating against your mat. Slow breath out your nose. Return your chin to center. Now flip your hands so your palms are facing the ground next to you. So your palms in this next posture will stay on the ground and so will the tops of your feet. It's very similar to baby cobra, just now your hands are down by your sides. So inhale, locust, lift your chest up, press the tops of your feet down, and still squeeze your shoulder blades together and press your palms into the earth. Stay for one more breath in, lift up a little bit more. Exhale, slowly lower down, lower your opposite cheek down to the ground. Take another little mini shavasana here. Return your chin to center. Press your palms down into the ground. Lift yourself all the way up to standing on your knees. Once you're standing on your knees, press your palms into your low back. So your fingers point down toward the ground, like you're sliding your hands into back pockets. Magnetize your elbows toward one another as much as you can behind you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, camel pose. Press your hips forward. Trace your gaze along the ceiling. Being mindful not to dump too much down into your low back. If you have the flexibility in your low back, you can drop your hands down toward your ankles. Feel this expanding through your chest. Inhale, slowly rise back up. And exhale, take a seat down on your heels. You can place your palms on your thighs here for a moment. Flutter your eyes closed. Camel pose usually causes your heart rate to increase quite a bit. So just take a minute here and focus on your breath. Counting the length of your inhales and then matching the length of your exhales. If your eyes are closed, flutter them open, drop down to one hip, and extend your legs out in front of you. Point your toes up toward the ceiling, and ground over your sit bones. Maybe remove any flesh from underneath your sit bones. Really ground yourself, and then inhale, feel this length throughout your spine. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinge from your hips forward, grabbing for whatever you can, whether that be your shins, the outer edges of your feet, your toes. Forward bends, just a nice little counter stretch for the few back bends we just did. Inhale, rise back up. We'll take cow face pose here. So for cow face pose, take your right leg and take it underneath your left leg. So you're taking your right foot over to the left side of your body. And then you take your left leg and stack your knees on top of one another and take your left foot over toward the right side of your space. If this is a little too much for you and this doesn't feel comfortable in your body, you can take your left leg over your right and then take your right leg and just extend it straight out in front of you. So that's totally fine too if you'd like to do that. And then with your arms, you'll take your left arm, reach up, drop your left hand behind your head, then take your right hand, go underneath and up your back. So you're kind of grabbing for your left fingers. It's okay if your fingers don't reach. Like on this side, my fingers don't even come close to reaching, which is fine. Just a nice stretch for your shoulders and a nice opening for your hips. Take one more full breath in. Deep breath all the way down to the base of your spine. Gently release your hands and release your legs. We'll switch out our sides. So take your left leg underneath your right, so your left foot goes over to toward your right hip. Then take your right leg over your left and sort of stack your knees on top of one another. Again, if this doesn't feel comfortable and you don't like this, take your left leg and extend it straight out in front of you instead. But if the legs are okay, you can keep them like this. Then take your right arm, reach your right arm up, drop your right hand toward your shoulder blades. Take your left hand, reach behind you and up for your right fingertips. Maybe you can grab on this side, maybe you can't. It's totally fine if your sides are uneven. Just maintain a nice long spine. And gently release from the pose, releasing your fingertips and taking your legs, releasing them. And recline all the way down to your back. When you're down on your back, pull your knees in toward your chest. Gently rock from side to side, massaging your low back. And come back to center. Stamp the soles of your feet on the ceiling. Grab for the outer edges of your feet. For happy baby, pull your knees down toward your side bodies, keeping your shoulder blades grounded and keeping your low back grounded as well. Your low back comes up, grab from behind your thighs, and then press your back down from there. Draw your knees into center, wrap your forearms around your shins, roll up into one tiny ball, lift your forehead up to your knees, squeeze everything together as tight as you can, take a breath in. Exhale, final Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long. Find whatever shape feels comfortable here. Maybe whatever shape you want, whatever shape your body is craving. Relax all of the tension from your toes, from the muscles in your legs, from your hips, your abdomen. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And release any tension from the muscles in your face. Just take a couple minutes here to rest in Shavasana. And stay here resting in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you'd like to be guided out, begin to bring some small movements to your fingers and toes. Roll out your ankles, your wrists. Take a nice long body stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Point your toes, lift up your low back. Draw your knees in toward your chest, then roll onto either side, using your biceps as a pillow for fetal pose. Press yourself up to a nice comfortable seat. You can place your hands in your lap, on your knees, at heart center. Soften your gaze or flutter your eyes closed completely. We'll finish with a breath. Exhale out any air in your lungs. Take a nice deep, full breath in. Fill up your belly, fill up your chest, then hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh your air out. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. Go forward. Namaste.
Good job. Thank you.